And hello there folks, it's me RJB from RJB TV. And today we're going to be looking at HogiL against Byul, two professional players. And they're going to be playing a 1 versus 1, something which HogiL doesn't too often play. Now some of you viewers might know HogiL by the name Levi. I think it was about 2 years ago that I figured out, with the help of someone else, that HogiL is the former professional player, or Levi is the former professional player, HogiL. And he's here on the Terran, and he actually used to be a Zerg player. So this is HogiL. You can see him on the screen right there, and these are his achievements. And there are more achievements. This is just like a very small, compressed list of what Wikipedia thinks are his most impressive results. He has a couple of top 16 finishes in tournaments, but usually in the top 32, which by itself is already amazing, because that means you have to qualify for the highest level tournament to begin with. And at the time, like this is from 2008 to 2012, at the time there were a lot more players trying to qualify. Like right now for the ASL, yeah, up to 150 players to 160 players try to qualify, and I think back in those days it was closer to 500 players trying to qualify. Not saying it's now easier to qualify, because the level now is higher than it was back then, but it was very difficult to qualify for those tournaments, and getting top 16 means he was one of the best 16 players in the world at the time. So Levi, also known as HogiL, is just a top level high quality player. Byul, likewise, has managed to qualify for 2 ASL seasons, which makes him one of the best players of the post-2017 era of StarCraft. He's here on the Red Zerg. On the bottom of the map, went for a pool, hatchery, and HogiL went for barracks in his choke to try and go for a bunker rush, but got scouted very early there by Byul. Goes for a second barracks there at his main. And I'm not sure if I already mentioned, HogiL is a Zerg main, but he's been playing fastest pretty much exclusively for the past, I'd say, 5 years. So by now he's just a fastest player with a professional background. Likewise, Byul is in the same boat. He stopped playing professionally, I think about 3 years ago, and he's been playing just fastest. So they're both in the same boat. They're both former professional players who now exclusively play fastest, and they played pretty damn well. Professional background just sets you up for success. Levi is one of the best 2v2 and 3v3 players in the world, and has been for the past 4 years. He's always impressed me with his very high level of play, very good level of control. And he's actually not going for the bunker rush anymore. He's just staying here back at home to keep those Zerglings out. The barracks is functioning as somewhat of half a wall, so there's only a small little area for Zerglings to go through. Whereas Byul is kind of skimping out on his sunken defense in the front. It's not like HogiL can break through yet. His academy is also slow, going for 2 more barracks here back at home, so 4 in total. 1 gas stim is now on the way, medics will soon be in production as well, and that is when the danger comes onto the map. And Byul is actually reading the situation quite well, getting his 2nd and 3rd sunken on time. Not getting them too early, not getting them too late, but getting them well on time, that he's never ever going to be in danger of a stim medic marine attack. So that's what's going to happen. So he goes back in and out to confirm the medic. We have gas going up there in the back for Byul. Goes for Zergling speed. He is not going for the lair technology yet. And that surprises me a little bit, because usually I see Byul go for a very fast lair technology, but he's really slowing it down by, I'd say, a minute and a half if we go by Byul standards. Most of the time he starts at either 2:30 or 3 minutes. He starts it very, very quickly. So this is a very slow lair for Byul, and he might try to sneak in. He might try to sneak in through the back, but first we get a medic marine fire bat attack here, ready to stim through that choke point. But it has 4 sunkens. 4 sunkens is enough to keep this all away, and HogiL is no fool, so he doesn't go in for the attack. And has a 5th sunken morphing already. Yeah, he cannot break through. So now he's just going to stand here and intimidate, while getting a factor back at home. He's going to make sure to not lose any Marines whatsoever to support that tank push as much as he can. Lurking speed they're finishing up. He's getting a lair, he's getting a high-risk den as well. I'm getting a little bit nervous here for Byul, but he's going to go for lurker technology to try and keep the Marine and the tanks away. There's no command center on the way there yet from HogiL. He might get it very soon though because he's floating a couple minerals, and most of the time when you start floating minerals like this as a Terran, it's about time to get that command center. Very fast starport coming out there. We have Marines blocking that off. Front is getting fortified with a couple more sunkens as well. We have a second and third gas starting there for Byul. He's got a lair finished up, getting a lurker aspect there in the back. Both players are progressing quite nicely, if you ask me. Progressing quite nicely. That is going to be a Queen's Nest. Looks like he's going to go for lurkers into a hive. He might get the hive before aspect finishes or maybe after. Like, either he's going to try to save up gas for a nice number of lurkers all at the same time, or he's going to get hive and then more of the lurkers afterwards, but he'll have less gas, which means less lurkers, so that will be a riskier play than if he goes for the lurkers before the hive. But getting the hive faster does mean he can get the fighter technology much faster than if he waits for... What's he going to do? He goes for the hive before the lurkers. So he's going for the slightly riskier route with this build order. Like what I see some players do is they wait with getting the hive until lurker aspect finishes up. They start morphing the lurkers and then they get the hive. As you can see, he doesn't have, he has exactly enough gas for 3 lurkers. So he actually planned that out perfectly. And I haven't seen it optimized exactly like this before. I'm gonna note that down for myself, because my Zerg against Terran is absolute garbage, so looking at what Byul is doing is certainly gonna help. And HogiL actually feels like it's time to go. Lurk is still morphing in the back, they're gonna finish up really, really quickly. Like you can see the timer. HogiL is breaking through, there's not enough sunkens here, but the lurkers will save the day. There they go, burrowing up, ooh, he retreats. There's actually I wanted to say there's actually a small hole here on the side for HogiL to go through, but nope, Byul seals it off. HogiL has to retreat, loses 15 Marines. Let's pull back out of that lurker range. Keeps most of his units alive, and hive is almost finished up. We got another hatcher in the back, number 5, although the hatcher in the front is still alive. It's going to go down very, very soon. HogiL has signs, vessels on the way, facility finished up, no radiate there yet. Got his second gas. He's only on 2 gas at the moment. He's really banking on that 4 barrack production to help him push through this entire fortification in the front, and that might not have worked because he does need a couple more, I'd say a couple more gas units to really make his way through here. It's only 1 starport, 1 factory, and the rest is all Marines. Okay, oh, this is dangerous. Vessel retreats just on time. HogiL is on point. Stims through. Lurks are very far in the back. Got the fighter mounter on the way. Got Spire for Scourges to try and snipe the Vessel. Vessel goes pretty far to the left there. To the right, excuse me. And HogiL is controlling this very well. He's trying to stay out of lurker range. Like, dancing on the edges, but can't... Oh, Vessel is... Oh, the Vessel control is sick. That was perfect Vessel control. Really good stuff. Managed to trick the coating on the Scourges to stop moving, and that saved the Vessel. So that is essential. If he didn't save the Vessel, the lurkers would not have died. They would have stayed alive, and they would have killed the Marines. And these lurkers would have, well, been able to push forward and kill some tanks. Now with 2 Vessels on the scene, Byul is in a difficult situation. HogiL has the advantage here, but we have that fighter mount. Fighter almost finished up. We have the upgrade for Consume almost ready. This is going to be a very, very close call. Marines are not in a great number, though. Get the raid on the drones, burrows them up, though. Byul not going to slip up and make a mistake of not having burrow ready when he needs it. You really need the burrow right as the vessels start arriving on the scene, because you never know if the Terran player went for fast radiate or slower radiate. But usually radiate should be ready at about the 8:30 point into the game. The HogiL is playing this with a lot of control and really looking to dance around those lurkers. Oh, the lurker gets in there, burrows up, 1 vessel there, goes down, he's getting in deeper into the base, he's going to try to maybe radiate Although no energy on those vessels for radiate, so he's kind of just stuck flying back and forth and tricking Byul into maybe burrowing up. He's trying to... Oh, he gets a radiate off just on time. Burrows up just on time as well. That is going to slow down Byul's economic progression quite a little bit. One of the vessels just go down there to a Scourge. Byul, I wouldn't say he's out of these dangerous waters yet. He is still in very dangerous waters. He's behind 15 workers, although with Zerg, that 15 worker difference is not that big of a deal as long as you have Defiler, Lurker, Scourge, and Consume, because that is what's keeping you alive. Now, HogiL has the option to spread out, and he doesn't. Tries to... I don't entirely agree with clumping up everything there in the middle. He's moved to the side, trying to keep those vessels alive. Great job. Now he splits up. This is what he had to do a little bit earlier. Moves there to the left side. Gonna try to snipe the technology, but there's a lot of Zerglings coming up. Lurkers moving. The Philo went down. Snipes all the vessels just on time. He gets a great shot up with the tanks. He killed a lot of them. 13, 9. Oh, I'm not sure exactly how many he got, but I think he got, I'd say 13 or 14 drones. He had like 31 of them. But 31, so now down to 17. Byul is hurting really badly. That was a really good move there, going down to the bottom. Got a scan off on the drones. Managed to shoot them as they burrowed up. Great job. HogiL has set himself up for success there, but Byul can still go for a counter push because HogiL used a lot of his supply to push forward. His base is kind of a mess, not very pretty, but it is functional. He's got what he needs. He's got factories, barracks, he's got a starport, he's got armories. It's a mess, an absolute mess, but it is working. So Byul does manage to expel HogiL from his main base and gives himself some time to start droning up. We have turrets being built there on the sides by SCVs. Got what's this? Evo chambers on the way for upgrades. Byul has 1, 2, 3, 7 hatchers in the back. Yeah, HogiL is progressing nicely. It would really be a good idea to put a sunken right here to avoid the creep from disappearing, but he's too busy doing all sorts of things all at once that he doesn't quite notice that the creep is disappearing. Put a creep right here, save the creep, so that you do not have to build a hatchery in order to get sunkens here in the front or spores. And it looks like it is gonna disappear. He's just busy with so many things. He's droning up, he's getting technology, making units, getting upgrades. There's too many things to do all at once, and only so many actions per minute one can realistically pull off at the same time. So HogiL is going for vultures with mines. I haven't seen a lot of players do this specifically on the fastest map against Zerg, but on the normal maps there is a build order or a variety of strategies where tanks and the vultures and some Goliaths are used to control the ground, specifically against lurkers and ultralisks and zerglings. And he's somewhat doing that exact same thing. Oh, he goes in. Vultures are too damn fast. They survive the lurkers, placing mines in the base, gonna try to snipe some defilers and get close. There's hydralisks and a lurker there protecting the defiler, so he's just hanging there on the side. This is a dangerous liability for Byul. This is dangerous. Because he's gonna have to clean this out, and HogiL doesn't really care about this. He doesn't care about this. He's just, I don't mind if this dies, as long as I kill something, as long as I'm being annoying. That's all I care about. And he's being annoying. Oh, going for drones now as well. HogiL is on fire. This guy is, oh, I'm so proud of my boy HogiL. Look at him go. He's really tearing Byul apart. So still has control over the middle. He's on very high supply. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 command centers, filling out every single gas. Did not get additional starports, so only one single starport, but he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 factories, which is not a very high amount, but considering the state of the game, it is more than enough. He's got a lead, and he's staying in the lead. Finds that the Defiler yet again, Scourge is on the hunt. Will not... Yeah, he kills it. He kills it. The 39 drones. Gonna try to go for an Overlord drop because he is desperate in this situation. Byul has to hit HogiL's economy pretty damn quick, pretty damn soon, or he's gonna get overrun. He's sending on an Overlord, but we have vision on the sides. Overlord's escaping will certainly catch HogiL's eyes. He's going to build more turrets on the sides. He's expelling SCVs from the workforce and turning them into construction workers that are soon going to die after they've done their job, because he's going to throw them away for supply space. The life of an SCV or a probe or a drone is a miserable life. Absolutely miserable. But Byul makes a mistake, doesn't get the Dark Swarm up in time, and is forced to retreat a little bit, which gives HogiL some time to get tanks into that base, but there's no vessels on the scene. So the lurkers there on the side clean out the tanks on the right, but the left side has mines. It means that the lurkers cannot get close enough. The Zerglings go, one mine will trigger and take down one tank. No vessels on the scene, he's going to keep walking in. Vessel is still there in the front. No vessel here on the left side, but this here on the left side is really forcing Byul to try and control his base prematurely, and he's losing everything. There's no Defiler on the scene. He lost the Defilers earlier, they got sniped, radiated, and killed. And all the lurkers in front do go down. There's two lurkers in the back, one here at the main. The hiders are trying to reduce the amount of tanks, but not quite doing the trick. There's too much alive on the scene here from HogiL. He's 1-1 on the tanks. We have 1-1 on the hydras. The new Defilers have spawned. The new Defilers have spawned a little bit too late. He does get lurkers up in the front. Once again, he seals off the entrance, but there's still two tanks and a Goliath there on the side. And a dropship might put some tanks on the high ground or go for a tank drop in the back. A lot of options on the table here for HogiL. He's gonna go for it, go for the high ground there on the left side. A little bit of map abuse, goes for a tank drop at the same time as well. Tanks unloading, starts sieging up. Nothing to protect. Drone's running to safety, but he's gonna get a couple of kills. Gets one kill on the first shot. Okay, I said a couple of kills, but he doesn't even get a couple of kills. He gets one single drone kill. Just a single one. Not even two, just one. The vessel once again went down, got sniped by Scourges. I assume this here on the high ground is killing the Evo Chambers and this hatchery, also making sure this one gas doesn't get used, maybe even the second gas doesn't get used. The map is shrinking for Byul. He was almost back at 120 supply, but the last minute or so, he's lost 40 to 50 supply in total, and he's starting to fall behind more and more. HogiL is picking up the pace. Also, he's building starports outside of his base because his base is a mess, his base is no room. He's just like, I'm gonna proxy my starports, who cares? As long as I have them. Goes in with another tank drop, yet again. The other side, a little bit too far away maybe? Yeah, he's too far away. So even HogiL makes mistakes. He's too far away to hit the drones, but he's killing drones on the gas. And Byul calls GG, there's too many units inside of his base. He's got lurkers in the front, but it's only two of them. The tanks have level 2 armor, so they just kind of just walk through here over the side. And there's dropships, like transporting units over the hill. I'd say HogiL has a pretty damn strong Terran. Like absolutely a master tier level Terran. Very good stuff to watch. Byul, who usually has very good Zerg against Terran performances, couldn't actually do too much this game. It was always on the receiving end of the abuse, never quite allowed to throw any counter punches or return the favor, just always the person taking the beating. So that's it for tonight. And in the next video, I will be starting a Hamburger Sasu against Lee Buk-gu best of series that is going to be absolutely amazing. Because those two players always produce an amazing set. Please look forward to that one. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll be signing out.